Welcome, parents, teachers, caretakers, and grandparents. I keep saying this again and again. Forgive me for repeating this. You are here, you're watching this because you're interested in the lives of your children, your grandchildren, and the next generation. I just want to cheer you on. Thank you for being here. We did something very interesting in the last 6 episodes, right? We talked about 2 very important topics. Remember what the first one was? The primal wounds of the heart. If you have not seen that, 3 episodes, go back and see it. And then we talked about the cynicism of the mind. If you have not seen it, go back and see all those 3 episodes. Today it's something very, very important. I see this so much. Paralysis of the will. I see this so much today. A lot of young people would get back to me and says, George uncle, I don't want to do, but the very thing that I don't want to do that I am doing. I lead them to that verse of Paul's lamentation in Romans. And that's exactly Paul said, right? What I don't want to do, that I do. What I want to do, I don't do. That's our sinful nature. The paralysis of the will. Now, how does this paralysis of the will come about? I'll give you 5 reasons. There could be more reasons, I'll give you 5 reasons. One is fear. A lot of fear. And 2, they're living in sin. There are a lot of strongholds. That's where the paralysis of the will happens. They're living in sin. They're again and again, they're not able to overcome. Their friendship circles are not very great. Their influence is not very great. Their language is not very great. And what they're reading and what they're feeding their mind is not very great. Another thing that happens is hopelessness. I give up. There's no use. What's the use? I just give up. Because of the hopelessness, the paralysis of the will happens. Disengagement. Now, hopelessness is I give up, and disengagement is I give in. What's the use? What's the use? There's no use, I disengage, okay, fine, okay, I give in, okay, you win. And I'm just, be there under the mat, this disengagement. That's why many teenagers, many young people disengage themselves when they are caught up in certain habits or caught up in certain places, and they fall again and again and again. I'll tell you something very interesting. Parents, teachers, caretakers, grandparents. In all my years of working with teenagers and young people, you know what helps them to disengage? Many times parents think, they don't want to connect with us, they don't like us. No. They actually are heavily condemned and overwhelmed with their own guilt. Many parents don't understand that. They are overwhelmed with their own guilt. They're not even thinking about you. They are falling so many times and they're so overwhelmed. And some of the teenagers, some of the young people would even tell me, I hurt my parents. I've hurt my parents by doing this. I hurt my parents by doing that. I don't want to hurt them. They will never say it outside, but they would always think, and they would sit and sulk, and they would send me a message in the night and say, I don't want to, destroy my parents' expectations, and they have great dreams for me. They have great expectations for me. They're expecting me to do this, do that. I'm such a horrible guy. I'm just a horrible girl. That's where you as a parent, as a caretaker, as a grandparent, as a teacher need to step in and say, hey, don't worry about it. The paralysis of the will comes about 2 more. It's because of bad negative experiences. There are lots of things that has happened, and then I give up. There's lots of what's the use? I'm not able to be in control. And finally, there's a lot of emotional tiredness and fatigue. I no more have that strength to get up again and again and again. That's how the paralysis of the will comes about. It's sometimes so disheartening, so discouraging. Sometimes it is so discouraging to see teenagers, young people, just to simply sit there and say, I can't, I'm just so paralyzed. I'm just falling into the same cycle again and again and again. You as parents, teachers, caretakers, grandparents can let them know, saying, hey, it doesn't have to be that journey. We can step in to help. I want to connect and I want to help and I want to walk alongside with you. We will talk about how we can help them in the next episode. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for being here.